what is up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the All In Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Greenie, coming to you from the Southern Current Studios here in beautiful Florida. As you guys know, we got Dapper, and we got Kid, and we got a special guest. We got Kid's Kid. We're going to call him Biggie. What's going on, guys?
What up?
Another beautiful day, man.
That it is. So, Dapper, you had a special guest we're going to air the interview after this podcast. At the end of it, we're going to air it. You had a special guest on today on the show, on the Facebook page.
I've been waiting quite a long time to have Black Sheep Benett Cole on, and we're every PWR show we normally talk. He finally get away from his busy schedule and jump on the show and give us one hell of a good interview. I think it went well. He's planning on coming on again later down the road. He's got a couple things that he would like to talk about more towards summer.
Right on. That's awesome. That I have to say it was a really good interview, and you hit all the good talking points there.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I got into his career because he has had a pretty extensive career and a long run in USDA. And he's got a lot of good knowledge to share with a lot of people, and wanted to make sure that he had a lot of good questions that he would get himself out there more.
Now, you got headphones in this week, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, take them stupid things out so we can actually hear you.
All right.
I'm saying I can hear you, but then it's like I can't hear you. It's kind of, so I think
my phone's having a little bit of technical difficulties today for some reason.
What do you got? Like a bunch of viruses on your phone?
No, I just got this phone and he's rebooted a couple of times and then it acts normal.
Nah, that's no good, no good. So Biggie, you wanted to join us, man. What's up? What do you want to talk about?
WrestleMania, maybe.
Yeah, what about WrestleMania is exciting to you this year?
That Seth Rollins is gonna dominate Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
What's that?
Damn, that right there. I didn't tell him none of that. He said that all on his own.
You guys really think that they're gonna put the strap on Seth Rollins?
I feel it in my heart.
I think Vince McMahon's not gonna do it.
Yeah,
you think he's not gonna do it?
I don't think he's gonna do it either because I think
he's not gonna pitch Seth Rollins to win.
Yeah, I kind of think Vince is on that kick of let's not put the belts on anybody good.
Let's just put the belt on the dude who comes once every 6 months.
Ooh, and look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is from a kid, an actual
generation of wrestling fans, dude.
Right.
I mean, they're not. It's so sad they're not going to put the belt on Seth Rollins. It's so sad.
Yeah, I don't know. I have high hopes, wishful thinking.
Yeah, I do too. But so let me ask you, Biggie, as a kid, what is the downfall of WWE that you see today as a wrestling fan?
That no one good has the belts, and all the good people, they always get like the ref gets knocked down and they cheat or something. There's something stupid every time.
Yeah, I can agree with that. What are your thoughts on Nicholas as Braun Strowman's partner?
That little kid, remember last year? He won the belts with.
Oh.
He's supposed to be his partner again this year, right?
Braun's in the Battle Royal, Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and it's already becoming a joke because they entered those two guys from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Which I think is a complete joke. And then they listed a whole bunch of people that are going to be in there, like Andre, or it's not Cialis anymore because they shortened his name, just like they did Mustafa. They call him Ali now. And Apollo Crews, the Hardys, Rey Mysterio. It's so dumb.
Just a bunch of mid-card workers.
Yeah, pretty much.
They should just call it the Jobbers Battle Royal.
I mean, Braun's already won and won. So
I was gonna say he's gonna be the first 2-time winner.
you really think you're gonna give it to him the second time?
I mean, I feel like with him feuding with those guys and them throwing those guys in there, or maybe maybe those guys will get him eliminated like after they're eliminated or something. I can see some angle like that, making him look like a joke, because I hate it. They do that to him a lot. Make him look flip over a fucking semi one week, and then the next week they're like, "Oh, fight these guys from Saturday Night Live."
Do you think we'll see Gronk or even maybe Conor McGregor on short notice?
I think
now they both have retired.
I think Gronk is a possibility, because I feel like Gronk has probably already been in talks with him before he even announced his retirement. He's probably been in talks with them years in the making.
I honestly see Gronk coming into the Battle Royal. I think he might be an entrant. He might make an appearance. But
Is Mojo in that match?
Yes.
Yeah. I also think that
maybe he helps Mojo win.
Maybe. But I think you're going to see Conor McGregor in a WWE form, because he's a moneymaker and Vince is all about bringing in those UFC fighters. You're definitely going to see Conor in there. I don't think it's I don't think so. You won't see him in ring.
Yeah.
Too much of a lot.
AEW is going to be better than WWE, and I think WWE is the worst wrestling company or whatever.
I don't think it's the worst company right now. I think it's a slowly burning bridges where it's not needed, because Vince has this big stroke of an ego. And speaking of one of those egos is the fact that Chris Jericho came out and said on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts' podcast that he made the call to get some of the guys on the podcast to produce or to promote WrestleMania, and he was told, he's like, nah, we can't let that happen, because you're with AEW now. And they basically took some of his videos off of Up Up Down Down. They took his thing off the roll of Monday Night Raw. They took some of his stuff off of the network, and they even removed him from some of the stuff on Christian and Edge.
Sad.
That is such stereotypical Vince McMahon horseshit. Chris Jericho is a legend. What he did is phenomenal and will never be duplicated. For a man to come in his form back in the day and be forced right into a storyline with The Rock and sold it so well, and he put on one hell of a show every single night, to have Chris Jericho almost be demonized like China, Chris Benoit, things like that, that's wrong, because those guys did what they did, and they actually did tarnish on the WWE. But Chris Jericho has never done anything in that realm, and he's always preached positive things to Vince McMahon. This is a blatant slap to the face of Chris Jericho. And I think this is going to be the welcoming shoot that Chris Jericho has wanted to do. He's going to say the negative things that everybody wants to hear about Vince, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that, because I think Chris Jericho in general is going to end up doing a full shoot interview on his own podcast, and it'll probably be the #1 podcast once he does it.
Oh, you know it. He's got secrets on Vince. A lot of people have secrets on Vince. They just can't say them. And now Chris Jericho has a legit reason, if he wanted to put those stories out there. This guy is in the world.
Kid, are you having some camera issues over there?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. When I turn it sideways, it doesn't get it all. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
You do got a nice little background going there with those Funkos.
Oh, yeah, you love it.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a really weird situation because, like you said, Dapper, he's praised Vince McMahon so much. There's there comes a time and a place where you burn your bridges, and that's exactly kind of what Vince is doing with throwing Jericho basically under the bus and saying, "Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands of you." He's basically saying, "Okay, open the floodgates. It's time for you to let out all the secrets that are WWE."
That's exactly. Somebody has to. Somebody has to come forth right now. I don't know. Man, you're not the king shit like you used to, because there's been a lot of. I will agree with a lot of people that are putting out that Impact right now has got an all-around better show than Raw and SmackDown right now. Impact right now, I think, is running the best promotion right now.
I haven't really watched much of Impact, but I can say from what I've seen through highlights, yeah, they seem to be running a pretty tight ship there on what they're trying to get out.
We just had probably one of the most freakiest storylines of all time with the conclusion of Allie's death and her parting ways to AEW. That was probably one of, a lot of people said that it was really stupid, but in my opinion, nobody cut a better dark scenario than Rosemary. Nobody in the business cut a promo or a dark storyline like Rosemary. I thought it was solid fucking gold.
I liked it.
Yeah, did you guys actually see who was behind that?
What's that?
Did you guys actually see who was behind it? Behind the whole Rosemary thing?
Not offhand, no.
It was Kevin Sullivan.
Oh yeah, Kevin Sullivan. he looked damn near possessed when he came out. Like, I could tell it was his voice, and then as soon as he threw that cloak back, I was like, wow, he legit looks possessed. But it was a great storyline. It's great. It was a great send off for Allie.
Yeah, I think it was really well done. Speaking of,
we met her here in Erie when her name was Cherry Bomb, and they're kind of advertising her like her name's gonna be Cherry Bomb again.
Well, they're gonna have to change her name because I'm pretty sure the Demon Bunny and Allie are pretty much all up. Mary and Allie own that whole right to the Demon Bunny, so you'll never see that.
Yeah, her name was Cherry Bomb before it all, when she was in the Independents before Impact. So that's probably what she'll go back to.
I hope she does. She's going to be a great addition to AEW.
Yeah, I like her. I like Taylor Hendricks a lot too, and I wish she would sign somewhere.
Yeah, there's so many good talent out there that AEW right now, Pac is not officially signed.
I've said that a million times on different posts, and people are like, "No, bro, he's signed." I'm like, "No, actually, he's not signed. He's actually having trouble right now getting a fucking work visa. So his thing for AEW is up in the air still. If he doesn't get his work visa here soon, he's not going to be able to come over for AEW Double or Nothing."
And that's the thing too. We don't even know what AEW's roster length is going to be set to. We don't know how many people are going to be on the roster, how many people they're thinking of, because there are so many talents out there that are not signed. Like Joey Ryan, he's a free agent as we speak, which if somebody doesn't act on jumping on him pretty soon, I don't know what the hell they're waiting for. I mean, AEW is all about shock value. Who's better to have than Joey Ryan?
I feel like he's going there.
What's that chick just Taylor? Not Taylor, but Emma from WWE. She's a free agent now.
Yeah. Tanel Dashwood.
Yeah, she's a free agent now.
Yep.
It's just, I believe in cross promotion. I believe that AEW shouldn't just put their eggs in one basket, especially with Chris Jericho. Now that he has this, what's stopping Chris Jericho from taking everybody he wants from WWE and getting them hell out of there now?
Actually, speaking of that, Prince Pretty, Tyler Breeze, posted a tweet earlier today that said, "No, thank you. I'm much more worth more than that," and basically stating that he's probably not going to re-sign, so he'll probably be gone here soon too.
There's so much talent that needs to be released from WWE. I mean, I think right now that nobody's had a worse downfall than Braun Strowman. I mean, look at what happened to Braun Strowman. His main event status, he was doing all those things. We had reports that he was showing up late to work, and he was giving big balls, and now look at him now. He's a gimmick wrestler against Saturday Night Live guys. So that shows me that Vince McMahon no longer supports the big man.
Not only that, but also Asuka Nakamura has been reported to check out. So, I mean...
Asuka's got to get out, which makes me feel whole main event might turn into a four-way.
With Asuka?
For WrestleMania, yeah, I could see that. Which I think is stupid. I feel like Charlotte's going to win that one. They're going to unify the belts.
Actually, there's talk of them actually doing that. They're throwing the idea around of them unifying both belts, winner takes all for WrestleMania.
And I feel like that's going to be Charlotte.
It's so weird because after I did not think in one part of my brain that Charlotte was going to pull that win off.
Me neither.
It made absolutely no sense because, all right, now you got two titles in. What happened? So either way, Becky could win a title. Happens if they turn it into a four-way and you get Asuka pinning Ronda and Becky pinning Charlotte. I mean, we have so many different scenarios, and this is what I don't understand about WWE. Where we have no idea what or what. We don't know anything that's going on with these storylines. They don't make any sense. Just talk about bringing Bruce Pritchard in, all these people. What are they really doing?
I think with Bruce Pritchard, Dana Warrior, and anybody else they've brought in, I think they've already got the shows written all the way up to Mania, and I think after Mania, that's when everybody's going to take effect, and you'll see a slight change. But the bigger question is this going to work out in the end? Because Fox is now reportedly wanting SmackDown to go from 2 to 3 hours. And the thing with that is that's too much fucking wrestling.
Raw needs to go back down to 2 hours.
Yeah.
It is too much wrestling. Because what's the total hours that WrestleMania is supposed to run to? Like 18 hours or something?
There's like 16 matches.
Yeah. It's going to be brutal because matches that are going to be good are not going to be good. So Randy Orton, AJ Styles, it's probably going to be not what we all want.
Actually, there's talks of that match becoming a three-way with Kevin Owens.
Oh,
it's going to be Triple Threat Mania, man.
It goes down to the old adjective, they have too many people, and they're trying to cram everything into one show.
Yeah, they have to do something, and they have to do it fast because they can brag all they want about the Women's Revolution being the main event, but they're making the first women's main event possibly one of the most dullest, confusing main events of all time.
Yeah.
They're trying too hard.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
They're throwing everything in there all at once. It almost feels like this is going to be the only time the women are ever showcased like this. So they're like, well, we're going to do it this time, so we just got to give them everything we can give them because it's never going to happen again. That's the way I kind of feel like it about it.
I do have a prediction for the main event, but I'm going to save that for the pit.
All right, so speaking of WrestleMania, there is the Hall of Fame ceremony the night before. We have one more slot open. Do we want to make a prediction on who they pick?
Yeah.
Probably a celebrity because there's no celebrities yet this year.
I think it's going to go to Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and Hulk Hogan is going to, if they still have, because there's talk of not having the speeches and stuff like that. So if they don't do it,
Well, should they better?
yeah. So if this is the last year of speeches, I think Hulk Hogan inducts them.
It's got to be Brutus the Barber because I've actually seen a couple hints about Brutus getting in there, and I don't know. This Hall of Fame just feeling kind of spontaneous combustion, especially with Honky Tonk being on there.
Yes, Honky Tonk Man, Tori Wilson, the Hart Foundation with Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Bret Hart, Harlem Heat. Then you still have
all the tag teams.
Yeah, you still have You still have the Legacy Award and 2 other awards they don't even show on the network. So, all in good time. Plus, they're promoting the fact that a WWE employee,
the celebrity one too. Like I said, there hasn't been no celebrity announced this year yet either.
Right, and they also are doing the Warrior Awards going to a WWE employee this year, which originally it was intended to do.
Well, if this is going to be the last time for speeches, the only thing that I want to see for the Hall of Fame is Natty has to be the one who induct the Hart Foundation into
Yeah,
the Hall of Fame.
Natty and TJ for sure.
Yeah, there's nobody else that could fit that caliber or could fit that at all. It has to be Natty. If it's not Natty, then they're not taking it serious at all, like the Honky Tonk said.
Right, I agree.
Did you guys see those pictures of Edge training with Natty and Beth?
Yeah, I did.
Last week.
I did see
There's
those.
some pretty cool pictures.
I did see that, but is Edge medically cleared?
No,
or
no,
he really wasn't even training. He was just kind of in there, like giving him advice and stuff like that, and kind of just running the ropes. Really, he wasn't taking bumps or anything. He was more or less being like a coach, but it was still pretty cool to see him in there with like them two, you know?
Right, especially the fact that Beth is coming out of retirement to do this match. And do you
she
think
had tweeted something that this is the first time ever that her and Edge ever got to work together in the ring.
Yep.
Yeah, this
Out
is
of their
great.
entire relationship, they never got to work together.
Back out.
We are having some major tech issues on Dapper's end with him freezing. But the NXT card is that Friday night, Saturday night?
Friday
night? And we got some pretty good matches on there. Dapper, did you happen to pull that or write those down?
I did not because I was getting the kids in the most sleep.
Right.
So I will pause on it.
Right on. Yeah, we basically got all the belts up on the line. We got Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. I've heard rumors that they're going to move Gargano to 205 Live. We have Velveteen Dream with his belt up on the line. The tag belts are up on the line. The women's belts up on the line, basically in a 4-way. Before we get to that, did you guys see the tweet by Luke Harper that he basically said he was happy that he's on NXT Access rather than having a WrestleMania match because it shows that he's working?
I did not see that.
I did see that, and it's great to see Luke in any capacity. I mean, I like what they've been doing with Eric Rowan and letting him have more free speech and to wear what he wants to wear to the ring, and I can't wait until they let Luke Harper get free reign of letting his character go because
Right, I agree.
he's a great personality.
Oh, I agree.
And that's using them for a lot of things. They're just not using them. They're afraid to let a lot of these characters go.
Right. What one match were you guys looking forward to on TakeOver? I think the one that I'm actually looking forward to is basically the Velveteen Dream match. That should be a really good match.
He's Mr. Takeover, man. He's Mr. Takeover. I'm not going to say that because everybody knows I'm a Velveteen Dream fan. What I'm honestly looking forward to is the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners getting a chance to go up against the War Raiders.
I think that's going to be a good match. Yeah, for sure. I was going to say that I'm a big time on Aleister Black and Ricochet right now. At first, I wasn't happy that they made them a tag team, but they work really well together, so I'm definitely digging them. But I want to back up for a second to the Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle match, because I think that's going to be the match of the night. And the build-up to that has been amazing. Like, I have become such a fan of NXT over the last few months, probably because of Velveteen Dream. His promo work is some of the greatest. Him coming out on that couch last week in the middle of the match was amazing. And then Matt Riddle even plays into it. So their chemistry is so great. I think that's going to be the match of the weekend, to be honest with you.
I'm not the biggest fan of Matt Riddle's yo bro character.
I like it.
It's too surfer.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, kid. I'm glad you jumped on the Velveteen Dream bandwagon because I've been on it for a long time. The thing you got to understand about Velveteen Dream is I think they put Matt Riddle in this Greenie for that exact reason. Because Velveteen Dream can carry anybody. He can make them better. He made Aleister Black better. He made Ricochet better. He can bring out the best in anybody. And I totally agree that that's going to be the match of the night. But storyline to be Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way they're building her up. I'm still not sold on her yet, though. I don't know. She's too. Which, I mean, I guess is a good thing. She's not the norm girl wrestler. She's like a dude. I don't know. I just can't get into her.
Do you think if she loses the belt, we see her at Mania?
Well, that's gonna lead to my prediction. That's gonna lead my prediction. So I'm not gonna speak on that one yet.
Yeah. So we get the WrestleMania bet. Are we gonna do a WrestleMania bet?
We're absolutely got to do a WrestleMania bet.
Let's do it. Let's get it.
All right.
I bet all the good people are gonna get cheated.
Betting on what we're betting, but we can do it.
All right. So I think for WrestleMania, I think the one match that's gonna absolutely steal the show and guarantee be the highlight of the night. I think the Kurt Angle match is going to turn into something totally different, and then I think we're going to see Lars Sullivan come down and destroy Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin, and John Cena, who saves Kurt Angle.
So you're betting the appearance of Lars Sullivan? Is that what you're betting?
Yes, sir. The appearance of Lars Sullivan.
So you're betting on Lars Sullivan.
Yep.
I'll go $10 saying he ain't showing up. He'll get stage fright.
All right. I'll take that bet.
I have a bet.
Yeah, go for it.
I bet Brock Lesnar's not going to be there for whatever reason.
He'll be there.
I bet
It's WrestleMania. He'll be there.
That's a payday.
Yeah.
Then he'll never come again, though.
I'm gonna bet right now, and I'm confident in this. I bet that $20 says Matt Riddle is gonna show up to WrestleMania, and you're gonna see him confront Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I'm going to go a little bit that way with you and keep with the MMA, but I don't think it's going to be Matt Riddle. I think Daniel Cormier is going to show up with his belt. I don't like it either, but I think he's going to show up with his UFC belt, flashing it around. Brock's going to retain the belt, and we're going to all see this not so much wanted UFC and WWE collaboration, joining, whatever it might be. That's what I think.
That's all right. All right, those are our WrestleMania bets and stuff like that. But we're already 30 minutes in, and we have an interview at the end of this, so we want you to stay tuned for that. We're gonna jump off of here, and so you can watch the interview with the Black Sheep Benett Cole. We got to thank Benett Cole for coming on.
Thank you very much, sir.
Dapper did a hell of an interview. So basically, stay tuned for that. Dapper, you have any words for that interview?
Just wanna say, anybody from PWR, any of the talent, any of the promoters or anything, anybody out there that wants to get on the show and have get your character out there, or just go on and talk about a promotion, come on in, and we would love to talk to you. And one thing that I forgot, we're going to see the 4 horsewomen make an appearance at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I like that.
I see. I can see them in the ring with all the belts hoisted up, and then you hear Ronda's music hit, and here come the other 4 horsewomen, and we get the build up to next year's WrestleMania of the 4 horsewomen.
No, we get the build up to SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, that could be. That's a good idea.
Because you know they always end WrestleMania with something for SummerSlam.
That's true. That is very true.
And if that's going to be the main event, I can see that happening then, Dapper.
All I got to say is 4 horsemen coming. It's going to be the battle. But, man, we got one hell of a weekend for wrestling. Everybody enjoy it. And always remember to support indie wrestling, because that's the future stars of this business.
It's the last year that any kind of indie promotion will be anywhere around WrestleMania too. So it's going to be a great weekend for wrestling.
Yes, it will, because
they've already banned it for next year in Tampa.
Yep, thanks to WWE.
So.
But all right, guys, make sure to check out the interview and support the indies, and we'll see you guys next time.
How you doing, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the All In Wrestling Podcast with yours truly, Dapper Dugan. Today is a very special day. Been wanting to get this man on for quite a while. His name is the Black Sheep Benett Cole, and he's been a very big, faithful component to the Pro Wrestling Rampage family in Erie, Pennsylvania here. Huge wrestling promotion out of the Saga Club on Washington Avenue. And he will be on here shortly. So as of right now, we will be waiting for him to join us. And as soon as we get him on, we will have him on. So we're just waiting for Black Sheep to get on here. So just figured I'd pop on here and let everybody know that we're going to be going on live later on tonight after Kid takes care of a few things that he's got to take care of. We'll be on here live for our wrestling predictions for WrestleMania. And we'll be talking about a lot of other things going on. And we're going to be bringing Benett on right now. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, it's such a pleasure actually having you on the show finally.
Yeah, we've been waiting to do this for a while. Thanks for the invite.
Oh, it's always a pleasure hearing from you, bud. So how you been doing today?
Yeah, I've been doing good. Sunday's a family day here, so just relaxing, enjoying time with kids and wife.
That's right. You are a huge family man. That is your huge component to Benett Cole. That is your character 100%. First thing I want to dive into is for anybody out there that doesn't know about Benett Cole, let everybody know how long you've been doing this for.
Oh man, sometimes it feels like I've been doing it my whole life, but I've been doing it regularly for about the past 10 years now. That flew by pretty quick. I got into it almost 20 years ago, kind of let it slip away from me for a while, but for the last 10, I've been really consistently working, especially up here around Pennsylvania, Ohio area. Haven't looked back.
Yeah, you've definitely showed loyalty to Pro Wrestling Rampage, and that's a huge component to you too. What draws you to the Pro Wrestling Rampage? What is the biggest thing that drives you to that promotion and your loyalty to it?
I mean, they gave me a break when I just started training with Rocky Reynolds, and since I debuted there, they've booked me on every single show since then. So grateful to be there. So grateful to the fans that come month after month after month. And I'm not done there. I've got some goals that I still need to accomplish there, and I need to finish what I started there.
Oh, definitely. I definitely watch you. You bring the impact and you bring that brute force to PWR. That's for damn sure. Let's lead into the next thing, which is, you said it previously, you were trained by a huge Erie legend, Rocky Reynolds, and he was the standard bearer to the PWR. He was the first champion, that was correct?
He was. When I broke in, I used to walk behind him carrying his championship belt for him. And then I elevated to the level of being able to be his partner. We were a pretty solid tag team, if I do say so myself, for a couple of years. And so I had a definitely somebody good to learn from, to learn under. There was a lot of others, but Rocky's a solid guy.
What was the foundation to his training? Because you're a bruiser. If I want to classify you as one, you're a bruiser in there. So
it wasn't anything fancy. Yeah, there's a little pain involved. Actually, when I started training with Rocky, we were training down in Titusville, Pennsylvania, and we were training at the YMCA. There's myself, aka who also a local wrestler, and a couple other guys. And Rocky didn't have a ring set up at the YMCA, so we bumped, and we, on the gym floor, had some little mats to do that on, but we didn't do a lot of bouncing off the ropes and doing a lot of fancy stuff. We wrestled, you know what I mean?
yeah, that's always been interesting to me, is what kind of training is old school training to what it is now, because you see a lot more flips and tricks, and I've seen you do a flip. And I was blown away when you did that. But you see a lot more of those flips and tricks nowadays to the old school training, and which leads into my next question. You had a huge body bag match against Terrell Kenneth, the destroyer of everything.
Yeah.
And I saw you bring out thumbtacks, and that's going to lead me into this. What are your thoughts on hardcore wrestling and what it is now compared to what it was back in the day? Because that's a commitment right there.
It is. Oh, okay. Here's my thoughts on this. It has a place. Everything has a place. If I brought out thumbtacks every week, it wouldn't be worth anything. That's the first time I've ever done it. And so I think it meant something when it happened. I like it if it's not overdone. I like everything if it's not overdone. Everything has a place. It's to each his own, you know what I mean? Everything's going to find its audience. So.
Oh, most definitely, because thumbtacks, I've seen it in a lot of different promotions and a lot of different things, but I've seen a lot of promotions just going full bore with razor blade tables and everything. That's one thing that I don't think I'll see you ever doing anytime soon, is full-on death matches and things like that. But
no.
Which leads but what do you think of wrestling as a whole right now? Because you've been around this business for quite a while now, and you've seen all the different changes and different things that are going, like All In happened, and now Cody Rhodes is blown up with that. Where do you see the business going nowadays?
Oh, up, and up. I think Cody and those guys kind of blew down some doors. I think that social media is huge right now, and guys can make money without being part of a big company. Indie wrestling is able, if you're a little social media savvy, you're able to get some exposure in places you'd never reach before. I think wrestling's in a really, really good spot overall, and especially indie wrestling. Indie wrestling's in a great spot right now. There's a lot of talented guys coming up too.
That is definitely correct. And if we know each other fairly well, and if anybody knows me, I'm a huge supporter of indie wrestling. That is where the future is held. We can praise the veterans for all we want, but it's all about the little guys that are coming up. And which leads me into it. You've been around this business for so long. How do you balance wrestling to your family? Because you're a huge family man. So how do you make that commitment and still have a balanced family?
Since day one, the rule always, I'm not going to do anything that hurts the family. So, I mean, I've turned down things that I thought would hurt the family, or that, you know, I have really good family relationships with my kids and with my wife, and I'm not going to put those in jeopardy ever. So I think of that first, and that's how I base my decisions. That's why I like to do a lot of local stuff around Erie, because the wife and kids get to come to most of those events. So, you know, that's a lot of fun. They enjoy it, but also I get to see them. You know, at the end of the night, I get to go home, sleep in my own bed, and be with them. So it's good.
That is one thing that I respect the hell out of you about is I see your family there and they get rowdy just like everybody else. And that's one thing I love about your family is they definitely are committed to you doing this. What are some of your words of wisdom for somebody like me and anybody else out there that is looking to break into this business? What are some of your words of wisdom?
Some of the best advice that I ever got, keep your ears open and your mouth shut. It's a solid advice. You know, listen to the guys that came before you. They will steer you in the right path. If they want to see this business succeed, they're gonna steer you in the right path. Man, just be true to yourself. You know, don't do anything that is questionable to your morals and your standards. You know, there's enough wrestling out there. There's enough opportunities out there. You don't have to compromise yourself to do this. So I think that's important. And just, you got to be respectful. If you always respect yourself, respect the business, and respect the people in it, and respect the fans, you can't go wrong. That's what I think.
Very, very wise words from a very wise man. A couple other questions, and then I'm going to let you go because I've been waiting to have you on, so I wanted to get some of these out there. What promotion or what wrestler, what thing drew you into your passion for wrestling?
I might be giving my age away a little bit here, but Hulk Hogan was the first one. Hulk Hogan drew me in when I was very small. You know, when I was young, I was looking for heroes, and wrestling was like real life heroes, man. Some people get drawn into comic books or music or movies, but wrestling was it for me. It had everything. But Hulk Hogan was the first guy. And as I started to get older, Mick Foley was the guy for me. No, I'm not going to death matches, but I still, like, I can connect with a guy like that. You can invest in a guy like that.
Was it the Mick Foley persona, or was it the Dude Love and the Cactus Jack? Was it all of them, just the mesh of just the whole person himself?
It was everything, because some of his best work, I think, actually was in ECW. He has excellent promos in ECW. But in every incarnation that he's done, he's found a way to get you invested. And I appreciate the crazy risks that he took, but it wasn't that. It was his character development. It was his level of just drawing you in, getting you invested in the person.
Absolutely. I was a huge ECW guy myself. That's what really drew my passion into it. And Sabu, some of the things that man did blew me away. And it's which leads into this question I've always wanted to ask, and I always try to ask this. In my opinion, one of the hardest moves to ever pull off in the ring was the pile driver to me. In your opinion and in your expertise, what do you think the hardest move is to pull off nowadays with the huge variety that there is?
Ooh, man, that's a pretty good question. I don't know. I mean, it probably depends. I think different things are harder for different people. Sometimes some of the simplest things are, that maybe don't even look that great, are harder than some of the things that look incredible. But I think that's an individual thing. I think it depends on the person. I don't think I could pick just one thing. And sometimes it depends on who you're doing it with as well.
Some of these moves just are completely phenomenal nowadays. I don't know how people are pulling them off. But everybody wants to talk about history and all these major promotions and how long people have been holding the belt. In my thoughts, you held the record in PWR, in my opinion. You held the tag team championship for 390 days. Isn't that correct? That's pretty damn impressive.
That's correct. And as long as you're on, I'm also a 6-time tag team champion in PWR. I just want to throw that out there too.
Yeah, you got to get them stats out there because that's impressive. 390 days, and I want to talk about some of the chemistry that you had back with Rocky Reynolds compared to what you have now with the Covenant, because that is a very close-knit group, family-oriented. What is the difference of chemistries?
I think the chemistry, I think the difference maybe is this. With Criminal Justice, with Rocky, I would say that the most of my time with Rocky was spent under his learning tree. And so in some ways, he maybe took a lead role in that. And I followed. And it was such a great opportunity for me to be paired up with such an awesome talent, a great guy, and to learn so much, like on-the-job training, The difference, I guess, with myself and Sega and the Covenant right now, I'm at a different spot in my career. I'm at a different spot in my life. But Sega and I connect really well inside and outside the ring. It's no accident. It's no mistake that we found each other, and I'm super, super happy to be partnered up with him right now. It's a pretty big deal to me. What we do is real. So
You guys definitely show it in the ring. I mean, Sega is phenomenal. He won the belt by himself, and that is impressive. And you guys have been having a huge, huge beef with the Patron Saints. And we all know that Brandon Thurston is on the warpath, and he's doing phenomenal things in the wrestling business.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on the Patron Saints?
My thoughts on the Patron Saints are twofold because inside the ring, man, I guess, a lot of times can't stand them, but I got to give them a lot of credit. They're some super talented guys. Where they're coming from, Brandon Thurston is bringing out some really, really talented guys into this business right now. And I'll as much as I may not like him and the Patron Saints, I'll scream that to anybody that asks me about breaking into the business. Buffalo, New York's where it's at. Brandon Thurston and Pepper Parks are training some of the best talent I've seen. They got the moves, they have the respect for the business. They have it all around. And they have this brotherhood. And that's what I really like about the Buffalo guys and the Patron Saints and the other Buffalo guys. They cheer for each other. You know what I mean? They want to see each other succeed, and sometimes that's missing. So it's nice to see that.
And let's talk about one guy that's pretty impressive. What is your take on Puff right now? If you've seen him, what is your take on Puff right now and what he's doing?
I love Puff. I've liked him since the day I met him. I met him backstage PWR quite a while ago, before he ever, you know, was booked on any shows around here, and he's just a giant ball of charisma, and I don't know, he's something else. I'm a big fan. I've always been a fan of his.
He definitely is, man. It's always a pleasure to talk indie wrestling, but I'm going to leave off with this. The next event for PWR is on April 12th, and it's called Meltdown because of the latest problems that the patron saints have had. What is your take on Nick and what happened with him in the Rumble?
I'm not going to say, I mean, I can't blame the kid. I haven't had any opportunity to talk to him. I don't know where his head's at, but I can't blame him. Just based on his treatment within the group over the past several months. You know, I'm not ready to start flying his flag yet. We'll see where he goes with this, but kudos to him for standing up and doing what he did.
It was definitely a shocker. It was definitely a shocker. What can we expect from the Black Sheep on April 20th?
I've been saying all year long, any man, any match. I still have a goal of winning that PWR Heavyweight Championship. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I'm going to be ready for it at any point in time. But right now, I am still currently after the tag team champions. Sega and I will be ready to defend that belt against any and all contenders. I mean, I'll do both if they want. So, whatever. Down for whatever.
Looking for that dual strap on both shoulders.
That'd be all right.
I'll tell you right now, how many runs do you think you got in you left at the tag team champion? You trying to go for multiple digits? You trying to go for 10 time? You trying to go for 20 time?
The last one, I don't want to lose it again. So, I mean, I'm going to keep it as long as I can. So, let's go for that. Let's go for no more. Let's keep this one going as long as we can.
I definitely support that. Hey, Bennett, thank you so much for finally being on the show. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Man, thanks for having me, brother.
Absolutely. Just wanted to give some shout outs again to PWR. Their next show is April 20th, the Meltdown. Let's find out what happens with the patron saints, and definitely let's find out what Black Sheep's up to, and let's see how many times he's going to win them tag belts. Thanks again, Ben, and everybody support indie wrestling.
Thank you.